Ghana and Burkina Faso have resolved to work together in fighting terrorism in West African region. Now, on Wednesday, Ghana's National Security Minister Albert Kandapar disclosed this to journalists in Ouagadougou after meeting Burkinabe leader Ibrahim Traoré. Now, on behalf of President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he did this. Mr. Kandapar also led a high-level delegation from Ghana, which also included security chiefs and officials from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. Joining me on the phone is government spokesperson on governance and security, Pagwe Dankwa, for details on this meeting. And also on Zoom is security consultant Richard Kumado for some more, executive director at West Africa Center for Counter Extremism, Mutaru Mumuni as well. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and thank you for your time. Paragraph, can you hear me? Good afternoon to you.
I can hear you. Very good afternoon.
Okay, great. So you're welcome to the program, and the gentleman as well. Paragraph, let me start off with you. Just give us some brief of what has happened so far between Ghana and Burkina Faso as far as these talks are concerned.
So very good afternoon to you and to your viewers. Just to be able to state that the Ghana side was led by the Honorable Minister for National Security, the Honorable Kandapar, to go into Burkina Faso to hold conversations with them as it relates to terrorism. You'll recall that the Accra Initiative is hosted in Ghana, and Burkina Faso has been part of the countries that are part of the Accra Initiative to be able to share intelligence as it relates to terrorism, and then some other conversations that were held off camera as it relates to Ghana's commitment to Burkina Faso and Burkina Faso's commitment as well in terms of bilateral diplomatic relationships to Ghana as well. So those were the meetings that were held yesterday, for which reason is coming to the media for conversation.
Right, Richard, let me come to you. So, from the beginning, there was communication that, stirred up emotions a bit with what Burkinabe were saying and what Ghana was also saying. Do you think that in the management of the security information, we did our best as a country? What went wrong with that particular within the period? I'm sorry, if you can unmute. I think you're muted, so please unmute. No, you're still not audible, so kindly unmute. Try it again. So we're trying to have a conversation with consultant Richard Kumado on this as a security consultant. Oh, all right. So as he tries to fix, let's get back to Paragraph. Paragraph, you're still there, right?
I am still here.
Okay, great. So I was asking Richard that question. I think I'll throw it back to you. What went wrong within the period where we were receiving information that Ghana's ambassador had been recalled to Burkina Faso, in relation to these security issues? What happened? What went wrong?
Well, I think that everything is under control at this stage. Once National Security Minister has represented the president in the conversation with the Burkina Faso leader. I think that those conversations are issues that we do not need to bring to light, because we have reaffirmed our commitment to work together in fighting terrorism within the West Africa region. And also we have given assurance to the Burkina Faso leader, Ibrahim Traoré, on Ghana's commitment and collaborations between both countries and our mutual satisfaction. And I'm very certain that this meeting really calls the rest of the sub-region of West Africa and even ECOWAS leaders to act expeditiously on the matter as it relates to support for Burkina Faso and the Accra Initiative.
So how is collaboration going to look like?
Over the years, we have collaborated very well with countries where that have had some misunderstanding. You recall when President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo was ECOWAS chair 2-term, held various conversations with coup d'etat leaders and regions that overthrew democratically elected government to ensure that there's peace, and then they restore back to democratically elected governments. And so these conversations have been ongoing, and we have some very healthy mutual and bilateral conversations with Burkina Faso and Ghana.
Right, Pargrave, thank you for your time for this update. So that's what's going on. Just in case you're wondering, just know that things have been settled and we've come to that agreement. And Pargrave Bachidankwa speaks for government on governance and security as well. And then also we're trying to engage Richard Kumado, but technically we couldn't have him. And so